If you are in the market to buy a home, congratulations. That's a very exciting time of your life when you're looking for just the right home to call your very own. But if you have been in Chattanooga any length of time, no doubt you're very aware of how competitive it has been, still can be to a degree. So it's a great morning for us to have Bruce Dodd on the show from ChattMortgage. He's helping people secure that dream home as much as he can each and every day. Nice to see you.
It's always good to see you.
So I think you told me that things are kind of stabilizing. I mean, certainly you want your offer to get to be the one that a seller accepts, but it's not quite as competitive as it has been. Is that right?
Well, it's not quite as competitive. There's a little more inventory. If you look in Chattanooga, I think at the end of December, there was about 1,800 homes for sale. I think it's like 1,780 homes were for sale. However, about 650 of those or so were pending that they had a contract on them. So there was really only about 1,200 homes for sale. That's a lot more than we saw last year. It's still only a little bit more than a month's worth or 2 months worth of inventory. And so typically for it to be sort of a balanced market, what statisticians would call a balanced market, you're looking for north of 4 months worth of inventory.
Okay.
So it's better, but it's still far from a buyer's market.
So what that means if you're looking to buy the house is that you still want to essentially be coming with cash in hand. Few people can have the cash in hand, but when they use you, it's almost as good as, because that approval is guaranteed.
Yeah, it's still super important to have a local lender. You need to have, if there's a bunch of offers on a house, and we're still seeing multiple offers on a lot of houses, especially if they're under, say, $350,000. The median sales price right now in Chattanooga is about $300,000. So if you're buying a house that's more in the entry level portion of the market, it's still pretty competitive. So it's important to have your offer, as solid as it can be.
I had told you before we went on air that all this week we've been talking to people, and kind of a common theme sometimes has been the influx of people coming to Chattanooga because our land is so fertile, not literally, but you can come here and begin a business, a nonprofit. It's affordable to live here. So a lot of folks are going to be coming in and also using you as a local lender, right?
Well, that's right. But, Julie, our land is very fertile. Jim Webb at the Barn Nursery once told me that because of where we sit and what zone we sit, that you can essentially grow anything in Chattanooga, grow any part of the country. So it is super fertile.
If you amend the soil, we got a lot of clay.
Yeah, it's super fertile. But what you're seeing is you're just seeing a lot of people interested in Chattanooga, both from a real estate standpoint and a life standpoint. You see a lot of people want to move here because we have, no state income tax. We have a very vital economy. When you look at what it costs to buy a house here, the median sales price, or, essentially, that's not the average sales price, but the sales price of which half are below and half are above is about $300,000 in Chattanooga. If you look at that across the country, the median sales price for the United States is more like $340,000. So that's a pretty significant difference in our market when you compare it to other markets across the country. So that makes it interesting from a real estate standpoint, both for people who want to move to live here to take advantage of that, and also for real estate investors across the country. There's probably not a day of my life I don't talk to somebody who wants to buy an investment property in Chattanooga, Tennessee that's from someplace else.
So I only have a couple minutes left, but go back to those numbers you had at the beginning. So 1,600 houses on the market, or whatever it was, 600 of them.
1,780 was in December, and 600 and something, like 660 were under contract. So that really got about 1,100 homes, and there's about 700 or 800 homes that get sold a month.
Okay, so you got 1,100 homes that are there at your disposal, and somebody from Michigan is looking to move down here. They sell their house in Michigan. They might have an extra 50, 60 grand from the sale of their house that they can now put towards a new house, which means it's all the more important for the local person to make sure that their offer is solid, and that's what they're getting when they come through you.
Yeah, absolutely. We do a lot more on the front end to make sure that your transaction is going to absolutely close. So yes, we can put you in a better position to get that offer accepted.
In terms of working with you, I know you and I are talking via FaceTime this morning because you are always so busy. You meet your clients where they are. They can come in, but they can also do it all via email or Zoom.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients who we do things over the phone. We do things over Zoom. We're old-fashioned, so if you want to come sit down face-to-face, we're happy to do that. With us, the client's the boss. It's however you want to interact is what we're going to do.
Okay, well, you can find him at ChattMortgage. The website is chatmortgage.com. The address is 6650 East Brainerd Road, 591-9801, and he's a Renaissance man, so come talking mortgages, but if you want to talk Plato or Shakespeare or quantum physics, he might jump in that conversation too.
How about quantum physics? I can come.
See you next time, Bruce.
Take care, my friend. It's always a pleasure.